How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store's summer sale is officially live here stateside, and this is going to be a 4-week-long sale. So you're going to have some sales and some deals that'll last for 2 weeks, and then they'll get cycled out for other deals. So keep that in mind, that not all of these deals are going to be live for the entirety of the 4 weeks, but this is a gargantuan sale. This is gonna end up being one of the biggest sales of the entire year. Looking at everything, 4,871 deals. Usually we cap out at like 3,000 deals. 4,800 is insane, but let's filter it to full games, game bundles, and premium editions to wipe out, you know, some microtransactees, some map pack deal. Map packs really ain't a thing anymore, but you get the idea. Deluxe edition upgrades and all this nonsense. You still got 3,200 deals, which is insane. This is an insane amount of deals, and again, this is only part 1. Part 2 will be coming in 2 weeks. I believe July 30th is when the refresh is gonna be happening. Some of these deals, you know, those of you in the elite, you got to get the early access and you got to take advantage, and you know, by giving PlayStation your money, you got to give them even more of your money. But now the cretins of the world like myself can come in and we can check out some of these deals for ourselves. You know, no more exclusivity for you guys, I'm sorry, but 3,200 deals. Let's go over it. EA Sports FC 25, 14.69. Okay, Assassin's Creed Shadows 25% off for $52.49. I would wait for that to get cheaper. I definitely think there's fun to be had with Shadows, but fun to be had for like $30, not $52 and change. Black Ops 6 is $38.49. Forza Horizon 5 is $45. You guys know how I feel about Forza Horizon. I think the game is absolutely incredible, and yes, it's 4 years old and still being charged for a premium, but I don't care. You know, there are some games that are just at that level that are so good that, you know, they're worth the $45, and in this case, I would say Forza Horizon 5 is one of those games. I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and for 45 bucks, it's a good deal, but it doesn't even get you all the content. You'd have to get the premium edition, which is on sale for $75, which, you know, that is quite expensive. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, but you know what? It's still tremendous, and you get a lot of content, a lot of replayability. The Realms update also extends the replayability, so great stuff there. NBA 2K25, whatever. Expedition 33 is 10% off for $45. You know, maybe it might be Expedition 33 is getting unseated as Game of the Year by Donkey Kong. Again, I hope Expedition takes it. Nintendo don't need it, but I digress. It's still a phenomenal game. I think it's one of the best games I've played of all time, really of all time. I thought it was that good. Narratively incredibly compelling. Soundtrack is great, and the $50 price point already is great, but $45 makes it a little bit better. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, $29.39 on that. Ghost of Tsushima is excellent, and Yote is shaping up to be phenomenal. You probably want to play Tsushima before Yote drops, but $29.39 on that. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, $40. Gran Turismo 7, $29.39 on that. Pretty good deal there. GTA 5, $19.99. Red Dead 2 is $14.99. Mortal Kombat 1 is $16.49. You know, fine deal there. I'm hearing that Star Wars Jedi Survivor, a lot of people left comments saying that Star Wars Jedi Survivor was $14, which is a great price point. On my end, on the PlayStation Store, that deal isn't updated. Again, the sale just went live, so some of the deals are still probably updating. Baldur's Gate 3 is $56, so check that out if you want. A lot of replayability, a lot of content there. Helldivers 2 is $32. A lot of content there as well, and a lot of replayability. It's getting consistently updated, so good for them. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is $40. Good to see that at a sub $40 price point. Spider-Man 2 is a great game. I actually like Spider-Man 2018 more, but Spider-Man 2 is solid as well. Yeah, definitely check that out if you're one of the 4 people watching this channel and haven't played Spider-Man 2. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is $49. I really enjoyed Sparking Zero, however, that is a game that definitely showed that nostalgia has a shelf life, and you do need to actually provide quality content updates after launch to keep people engaged, but nonetheless, I still enjoyed the game, but I grew up playing Tenkaichi, so obviously it was going to hit home for me a little bit more. And as I mentioned, as I'm recording this video, it looks like some of the deals haven't fully rolled out. Like, some of the games are listed in the PlayStation Store page as a part of the summer sale, but the price hasn't updated. Space Marine 2 is another one of those titles. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, another one of those games. And as I mentioned, Jedi Survivor, It Takes Two. All those games should end up going on sale, but at this point, As I'm recording the video, the price point just hasn't been updated, since I guess it's still rolling out. Elden Ring, 40% off for $36. God of War Ragnarok, 58% off for $29.39. Definitely recommend Ragnarok again if you're one of the 4 people that watch this channel and haven't played it. It's a great game. Valhalla is great, and yeah, excellent game there. Wasn't crazy about the Atreus sections, but I didn't even hate those as much as a lot of other people. Some of my boys absolutely vehemently hated those sections, but nonetheless, still a really great game. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, 20% off for $56. Look, I really enjoyed Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I thought it was one of the better games of 2024. I didn't think it was like Game of the Year caliber like some people thought, but I really did like the game. However, $56 is insane. Look, it's one thing about Forza Horizon where I think that game is at such a high level and it's incredibly replayable. Indiana Jones for $56, a delayed release. I don't know. I just think that's a little bit too expensive. I would wait for it to be around the $30 range, and I think it would be a great pickup at that price point, but it's a good game. It's definitely a good game. Hogwarts Legacy PS5 edition is $17.49. Silent Hill 2 for $35 is really great. Definitely a good pickup there. Dynasty Warriors Origins, 25% off for $52.49. Another game that I really enjoyed, came out in January of this year, and I've been talking it up quite a lot. At this point, 6 months after its release, $52, I just think it's too pricey. It is a great game, and there's quite a lot of content to it. Like, if you want to, there's a lot of replayability to it as well. You could easily get 40, 50 hours out of that game, but I would say wait for it to be a little bit cheaper. Maybe like 40 bucks would be a good price at that. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, 35% off for $32.49. Look, I'm going to say it should be cheaper a lot, but Ninja Gaiden 2 Black really should be cheaper. The initial $50 price point was insane. I really enjoyed the game, played through the entirety of it. Tecmo Koei sent me a copy. It was great, but the price point just way too high. Star Wars Outlaws at $35, UFC 5 $24.49, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is $4.99. Last of Us Remastered, $9.99 on that. No Man's Sky is $24. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is $9.99. Obviously, that's an outstanding pickup. DMC5 is absolutely awesome. One of the best action games I've ever played. Awesome soundtrack as well. Devil Trigger, of course, is goated. Red Dead Redemption 1 is $29.99. Resident Evil Village is $9.99. You've got the Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition and Village Gold Edition bundle for $19.99, which is excellent. GTA, the trilogy, $24. Metaphor Refantasio, $42 on that. Yes, $42 is pricey, but in my opinion, that was the best game of 2024. The game is absolutely outstanding. I recommend everybody to check it out. I think that game is better than every single Persona game. The soundtrack is incredible. The story is incredible. The setting is great. Loved Metaphor. It's an outstanding game, and that's one of those games that even though it's a 70, 80-hour game, I'm confident in saying that every couple of years I'll go back and try to give Metaphor another playthrough. It's just so lengthy, but man, that game is awesome. Love the characters in that game as well. Just a phenomenal game. Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition is $29.99, which obviously that's a pretty good pickup. Civilization 7, 15% off, not a sizable discount there. Stellar Blade, 29% off for $49.69. Tekken 8, $30 on that. Stray, 40% off for $17.99. Sonic X Shadow Generations, $29.99 on that. I mean, I think Sonic X Shadow Generations is an awesome deal. The initial $50 price point was high, but $30 I think is actually really, really good. The Shadow campaign is awesome. Sonic Generations is great as well. Definitely a good pickup there. Dying Light 2 Stay Human, 65% off for $21. Dying Light 2 is really good. Not as good as Dying Light 1, but still a solid game, all things considered, and I would definitely give it a playthrough. Lords of the Fallen, 72% off for $19.59. Version 2.0 of that dropped, and they've been updating that game consistently, so hey, more power to them on that. New World Eternum, 40% off for $36. That's about to get, or it actually just got added to Plus Extra, already live on there. Alan Wake 2 is in fact $24, which is an excellent pickup. Mind's Eye, baby! Mind's Eye, which just came out, 30% off for $42. Nice discount on that, but that crap is hitting the bargain bin so fast. I mean, that's going to be in the $10 to $15 range very, very quickly. So $42 on that. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered, $19.49 on that. You get both games remastered there. Decent pickup there, and you know, that just came out back in December. So a solid pickup there. Battlefield 2042 is $6. Outlast Trial 60% off for $15.99. Batman Arkham Collection $5.99 on that. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. All 3 games for $6 is great. Dead Island 2 is $14.99. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is $11.99. Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition is $15.99. You got Skyrim Anniversary and Fallout 4 for $26.39. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and the bundles, all that is on sale. I mean, those games are awesome. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. The Gold Edition is $33. Deluxe is $24. I'm not a big Avatar guy. I didn't really enjoy those games that much, but the soundtrack was incredible, and if you're an Avatar fan, maybe you'll like it a little bit more than me. But yeah, visually and sound design-wise, I thought it was incredible. Resident Evil 2, $9.99. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, the arcade classics. That is $29.99. That's a great pickup on that. A collection of some of the best fighting games and the most iconic fighting games of all time. Skyrim Special Edition is $9.99. Borderlands 3 is $5.99. Super Deluxe is $15.99. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is $9.99. Teardown $17.99. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is $9.99 as well. Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, $48.74 on that. Devil May Cry HD Collection is $9.89. Nier Automata Game of the Yorha Edition is $15.99. Black Ops 4, $19.79. Dying Light the Following Enhanced Edition, $8.99 on that. Definitely would recommend that. And Dying Light the regular edition is $3.99. That's honestly not a bad pickup either. You know, not a bad pickup for sure, especially ahead of the release of Dying Light the Beast. Worthwhile game to buy there. 9 Souls, 40% off if you're a Plus subscriber, would knock it down to $17.99. Pretty good deal there as well. Death Stranding Director's Cut is $25. Would like to see that a little bit cheaper, but maybe they're capitalizing on the buzz around Death Stranding 2, and they're having that at a little bit of a higher price point, but $25. For Death Stranding, the Director's Cut, absolutely love Death Stranding. Think it's one of the most innovative video games of all time. Narratively incredibly compelling, albeit a bit confusing at times, but overall a great game. RoboCop Rogue City is $9. Unfinished Business, as we covered earlier today, is coming out tomorrow. Not a bad time to pick that up. Naruto Storm 4, $15 on that. That needs to be like $4.99. The Quarry, $9.79. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5, 2.5 is $19.99. Remnant 2, $19.99. Final Fantasy 15 is $13.99. Remnant 2 at $20, actually, circling back to that. Really good deal there. Risk of Rain 2, $6.24. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition, $7.99. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dudon Unification Wars, 20% off for $40. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth at $28. You got the Dead Space remake at $14, which is a great pickup. Dead Space remake is a phenomenal remake of the original Dead Space, which was already a great game. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, 60% off for $7.99 as well. Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection is $9.99. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The Ragnarok Edition is $25. The Deluxe Edition is $19.99. Really, they should have the Complete Edition down to like $20 at this point, but whatever on that. Atelier Yumiya, The Alchemist of Memories, 25% off. Again, just too expensive on that. $52.49 is a little bit too hefty on that. Resident Evil 5, $4.99. Mafia Definitive Edition is $5.99. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster for $9.99 is great. Mass Effect Legendary Edition for $5.99 is always going to be a tremendous pickup. Definitely would recommend that. LA Noire is $19.99. What else we got? Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist. That's the new one, 35% off for $16.24. That's a great pickup on that, given it just came out back in January. Definitely a solid shout there. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake, 35% off for $39, which I do believe is a historic low on that, which is a pretty good deal. But yeah, $39 on that. 1 and 2 HD is obviously coming out later this year, so not a bad time to pick up Dragon Quest 3, and that is how you play the game sequentially, so keep that in mind. Gotham Knights, $10.49 on that. Alan Wake Remastered, $4.49 for that. DMC 4 Devil May Cry 4, $7.49. BioShock The Collection is $9.99. Blueprints, $24 on that. One of the best received games of the year. Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy is $12.49. Naruto X Boruto Deluxe Edition, $42.50. Yeah, they should be... I was about to say something pretty messed up, but that's an insane price point. Do not be paid $42 for Naruto X Boruto. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, 85% off for $8.99. Guardians of the Galaxy is awesome. I absolutely love that game. I think that game is outstanding. Definitely check that out at that price point. Metro Saga Bundle is $8.99, but if you want just Exodus, $5.99 on that is really good as well. AI Limit, $28. Trails Through Daybreak 2, 20% off for $48. Thought it was a lot weaker than Daybreak 1, but still a great JRPG. Definitely would recommend it. Tales of Grace's F Remastered, $26 on that. Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of an Elusive Age is $19.99. What else we got? Nier Replicant at $24. Persona 4 Golden is $9.99. It's getting remade, so I don't know how many people want to check that out right now. But, yeah, I'll wrap up this video here. You got Final Fantasy IX at $629 as well. I believe that's a historic low. But a lot of great deals available. Again, north of 3,000 deals with the filters I've used and 4,800 plus deals in total. Insane sale as far as quantity of deals. But, yeah, a lot of good stuff. We'll break it all down in the coming days and weeks. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.